Welcome back to the Allgoods, Vietnam through the eyes of love. I'm Elisa Cecilia Allgood, and they called me Sissy back in 1972, and I was just a few weeks old. And today are the letters that my parents wrote to each other on February 15th, 1972. Valentine's Day has passed. The phone call is over, and the calendar is marked again. And what remains is the ordinary work of waiting. That calendar has been part of this story for a long time. There have actually been several countdowns. The first one was the countdown to Hawaii, their R&R reunion in September. Months of letters leading to 1 week together in the middle of the war. Then there was another countdown when my dad came home for Thanksgiving leave. 2 weeks together, and then he had to go back to Vietnam again. And now there's a third calendar, the Figmo calendar, another set of days being crossed off. But this one is different. This time, the countdown isn't to a visit. It's the countdown to home. Fuck it, I got my orders. That's the Figmo calendar. And my dad, he's on alert duty in Ben Hoa, and he's been studying a book his friend Bill sent him. Bill Cobbs was his friend, and he would later become one of his closest friends and business partners. At the time, Bill was connected to a firm called Sonnenblick Goldman, part of the world my dad would eventually step into when he got to Miami. And years later, my dad, Bill, and another partner, Art McDonald, would break off and build their own commercial finance and mortgage business. And they were super successful, and I was always so proud of my dad. But it all started here, in Vietnam, on alert duty, studying between card games and mail call. He isn't just coming home. He's preparing for who he will be when he gets there. And meanwhile, in San Antonio, my mom is managing a newborn. That newborn is me. And this week, they've switched my formula again. The rash is gone, but now there's gas. And she has a vaporizer running in the apartment. My mom, she's watching me closely. She's adjusting, trying to figure out what works and how to be a mom. I still don't know which formula ultimately agreed with me. I just know that even then, my body had preferences, sensitivities, and signals. It's interesting, I just thought about it, but my son also had a sensitivity to some of the formulas that we used. But here it is. It's an ordinary Tuesday in 1972, and somehow this letter holds everything. This is February 1972, February 15th. My dearest darling, this letter's from my father. I love you. Give Sissy a big hug and kiss for her daddy. Okay? I love you both so much. Every so often you talk about your horns. Well, baby, don't you ever think that you have a corner on that market. All I have to do is think about you, and I have a whopper of a heart-on. But I am waiting to get home to my virgin. And yes, many five fingers is sure getting tired. So you better watch out. You are going to get some lovin' on our big bed before the movers come and get a hold of that. And then we will just have motels for a while. From what I have been told, Sissy will be the perfect age to travel. I hope the trip is not too hard on you or on her. We will go slow and have a good time, okay? I am going to be so happy just being with the two of you. Are you still the most precious darling ever in my life? Yes, you are. Well, I got up today and had breakfast, then to the mail. No mail for 2 days. I should have a bunch tomorrow. Dan Luddy and I came to Ben Hoa for alert at noon, and we will be here until tomorrow at noon. Then I am off for 3 days. but then I'll have alert in Saigon. Today we have played some cards, and I studied the book Bill sent. I am learning a lot. It's really different and interesting. I really can't wait for us to get to Miami. Hey, how is Terry? I'm sure that you have written. I just thought of her, and I hope nothing serious is wrong. Sleep warm, my love. Go easy on the exercise and diet, and don't overdo either. I love you with all of my heart. Love, Dick. Oh boy, that's my dad, on alert duty, studying the book Bill sent him, and imagining his life in Miami. Even in the middle of a war, he's preparing for what comes next. Not just returning home, but building a life beyond this one. Meanwhile, back in San Antonio, my mom is doing the daily work of keeping a newborn fed, warm, breathing easier, and comfortable. And she is so busy all the time, loving me and taking care of me. And this is her letter to my father on 15 February, Tuesday, 1972. My beloved, I love you so much. You're the most precious chickie in the whole wide world. I feel extra close to you tonight for some strange reason. I bet it's ESP again. Oh, you've been the topic of conversation all day long. That's right. Sissy and I have been planning Daddy's homecoming. Huh. Well, we did. We had a fair day. And this new formula doesn't agree with her little belly as well as the other. But her rash is gone. Now she has gas like an adult. Her farts are unbelievable. It'll probably take about 2 weeks to adjust, just like it did on the other one. She also has a little bit of a cold. Alicia had to go to the BX, and I had her pick up a vaporizer. And I used this afternoon while she was taking a nap. And when Sissy woke up, she sounded 100% better. I don't know how she could catch cold, unless I got her too warm. Anyway, thus far, it wasn't too bad. A funny for you, we have a bright child. This afternoon, she was using her pacifier, and she had a gas pain, and she farted, and she cried, and while she was crying, she reached up and took the pacifier out, stopped crying, and then put the pacifier back. Can you believe that? I swear she did it. I know it's difficult to believe, but it's true. I washed my hair, and I cleaned the house. I washed the linens and made the bed too. Then I made time to do the formula and take care of our sweet Sissy. And of course, I did have to get up at 7 to get a head start before she was up. Anyway, I have canceled the maid. I just don't like paying for the maid now that I am able to do it myself. And I've lost 4 pounds in 2 days on this diet, if I can just keep up the good work. Joy and I had hamburger steaks tonight. Neither of us have cheated yet, not even a drink. Mother sent Sissy 3 new precious dresses today. You know she shouldn't do it, but you know Mother, and they are so cute. I can't wait until you see her in these cute dresses. And darling, I'm going to CP right after I mark my calendar. And yes, I am so horny. I can't wait until we make love for real, rather than just dreaming about it day and night. Just think, if you were home, we could make love Saturday. That is the day after 6 weeks, which is the amount of time I have to wait after a baby. Huh. Well, as if we'd even wait an extra day. Sleep warm, my love. I love you with all of my heart and soul, forever and always. Sarah and Sissy. I love that I got to write this letter to my dad, too. Oh, I just love this. It's hard but beautiful. And that's February 15th, friends, 1972. Way back in the 1900s, as my son would say. And he's a man in Vietnam, studying for the future, in a mortgage broking business that he doesn't know anything about. But he's going to learn because that's the kind of man he was. And then there's this woman in San Antonio adjusting formula, cleaning the house at dawn. She's canceling the maid, and she's marking her calendar until her husband comes home from the Vietnam War for good. And then there's me, a newborn, already signaling what works and what doesn't. The calendar is still hanging on the wall. The Figmo calendar this time. Fuck it, I got my orders. And this time she's crossing it off. But this time the days aren't being crossed off. They're not leading to a visit. They're leading to home. And it's one ordinary Tuesday and one day closer. Oh, if you're still listening, thank you. If you're walking the story with me, thank you, thank you. Can you please follow or subscribe wherever you're listening so you don't miss the next letter? And I am going to be uploading them and transcribing them as quickly as possible. Life has gotten a little crazy, but we have through the end of March to hear the rest of the story and to find out what happens before he does come home. And if you'd like to support this project directly, you can do that at buymeacoffee.com/the Allgoods Love. I'll see you tomorrow. Thanks, friends.